You think it's over? Think again. The Taurus super new moon may have passed, but this moment right now, the days after, that's when everything gets real. See, new moons are never just about one night. They're the seed planting phase, the quiet before the earth beneath you starts to shift. And when it's a super new moon, like the one we just experienced, the effects don't vanish with the sunrise. They linger, amplify, and start to press into the cracks of your life you've been too scared to face. Especially in Taurus, the sign that rules stability, security, your foundations, the very things you've built your life on. But here's the truth. Taurus craves comfort, but this moon came to test that comfort, to shake the ground under the structures you've clung to for too long. And after a super new moon in Taurus, the universe doesn't let you slip back into old patterns. The aftershock is where the real work begins, when the shifts start showing up in your body, your emotions, your relationships, whether you're ready or not. And this time, that aftershock, it's even bigger, because there are two more cosmic alignments right on the heels of this moon, magnifying the pressure. But before we dive into those, I need you to understand the 8 strange signs that are about to surface in the wake of this super new moon. Signs you cannot afford to ignore. Like, subscribe, and stay with me, because what's coming next could be the difference between breaking down and breaking through. Chapter 1. The Cosmic Setup. Why You're Not Done Yet. The super new moon in Taurus may have shaken your foundation, cracked your comfort zones, and made you question the very ground you've been standing on. But if you're expecting to settle back into place, think again. The energy didn't end with the moon. It set the stage for what's coming next. Now, 2 cosmic forces are stepping in to turn up the heat. On April 28th, Venus, the planet that rules love, relationships, your values, and even your finances, meets Saturn, the planet of structure, discipline, and karma. This alignment isn't soft. It's not here to let you drift back into old habits. Venus asks, "What do you truly desire?" Saturn demands, "What are you willing to build, step by step, to make that desire real?" This is about integrity. You can't just wish for love, security, or purpose. You have to commit, align your actions with your words. Saturn will call you out if there's a gap between what you want and what you do. And as if that pressure weren't enough, just 2 days later, on April 30th, Venus charges into Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, the warrior. Aries doesn't wait. Aries leaps, and standing right beside it, the moon near Jupiter, the planet of expansion, risk, and growth. This is the moment when pressure meets impulse. You'll feel the urge to break free, to act, to take risks, whether or not the timing feels perfect. Jupiter magnifies everything Aries touches, making that impulse to leap even harder to resist. These back-to-back alignments form a cosmic pressure cooker, turning up the heat on every part of your life that's been stagnant or half-hearted. The strange signs that follow. They're not coincidences. They're the universe shaking you awake, forcing you to step up, but only if you're paying attention. So, as this pressure builds and the cosmos calls you to face what's been left unresolved, you'll start to notice the signs. They won't always be obvious. In fact, some will feel strange, unsettling, maybe even out of place, but every one of them is a message, a signal that the energy has shifted and your next move is coming due. Let's break down exactly what to watch for, because these aren't just random feelings. They're warnings, wake-up calls, and if you catch them early, they can guide you through what's coming next. Sign 1. Sudden clarity. That feels like a slap. The first sign comes fast. It doesn't creep in softly or give you time to prepare. It strikes. Sudden, sharp, undeniable. Out of nowhere there's clarity. A moment where the fog lifts and you see things exactly as they are, not how you've wanted them to be. And here's the catch. It doesn't feel good. This isn't some peaceful epiphany where everything clicks into place with a smile. No, this feels like getting hit with a slap of cold water right to the face. Jarring, icy. It shocks your system, forces your eyes open. You can't unsee what's revealed. This is the energy of Venus meeting Saturn at work. Saturn doesn't sugarcoat the truth. It doesn't care about your comfort. It holds up the mirror and says, look, Venus brings heart desires, what you've longed for. But Saturn shows you where those desires have been compromised, where you've been settling for less than what you deserve. This clarity exposes the areas where you've been avoiding hard decisions, ignoring red flags, or staying in situations that no longer align with who you are becoming. And that's why it feels like a slap. Because deep down, part of you already knew. But now, there's no more pretending, no more sidestepping. You'll see exactly where you've been out of alignment, whether it's a relationship that's been fraying at the edges, a job that's drained your spirit, or a version of yourself you've been clinging to just to feel safe. This clarity demands action. It's uncomfortable, yes, but necessary. And the more you try to turn away from it, the louder it gets. This is the universe stripping away illusion, calling you back to your truth. Sign 2. Unexplained mood swings, like emotional whiplash. The second sign is something you feel before you can even explain it, emotional whiplash. One moment you're calm, grounded, holding it together. The next, you're raging, snapping, tears welling up out of nowhere. It doesn't make sense. The triggers feel small, maybe even non-existent, but the reaction inside you, massive. This isn't just moodiness. This isn't about being overly sensitive. This is something deeper, something stirring beneath the surface, pulling old emotional debris into the light where it can no longer be ignored. This is the heavy influence of Venus and Saturn, digging into the places where you've built emotional walls, where you've stuffed down wounds around love, self-worth, trust, and commitment. Saturn's energy doesn't leave these wounds buried. It applies pressure until they rise, until they demand your attention. But here's where it gets more intense. Jupiter and Aries add fuel to that fire. Aries brings the heat, the fight, the impulsiveness. Jupiter magnifies everything it touches. Together, they amplify your emotions, making them feel bigger, harder to contain. You might find yourself reacting more sharply than usual, saying things you didn't mean to say, feeling resentment or sadness you thought was long gone. But this isn't random, and it's not here to punish you. It's a purge. These emotions have been trapped beneath the surface, buried under routines, distractions, and avoidance. And now, with these planetary forces in play, they're coming up to be cleared. For good. The mood swings are uncomfortable, yes. But they're also a signal. You're clearing space. Emotional space. Room for something healthier, stronger, more aligned. Don't numb it. Don't push it down. Feel it. Move through it. The storm is making way for something better, but only if you let it. Sign 3. The urge to end something, even if it scares you. The third sign cuts deep, the undeniable urge to end something, even if it terrifies you. It creeps in slowly at first, a whisper that something in your life no longer fits. But then it grows louder, heavier, until you feel it in your bones. You know, something's got to go. Whether it's a relationship that feels hollow, a job that drains your spirit, a habit that keeps pulling you back into the same cycle, or even a belief about yourself that no longer holds true, there's a pull to cut ties, to release what's weighing you down. This isn't just a passing thought. This is Saturn's influence, and Saturn doesn't deal in comfort. It deals in karma. It forces you to face the truth about what's no longer serving you. Saturn asks, is this aligned with the life you're meant to build? And if the answer is no, it won't let you carry that weight much longer. The tension builds until you either face it or feel crushed beneath it. And yes, the fear of letting go is real. It's normal. The mind will rush in with all the reasons to hold on, to stay where it's familiar, even if it's painful. But here's the truth. The cost of holding on is higher than ever. With Venus and Saturn applying pressure, what you cling to will only feel heavier, more suffocating. And when Aries and Jupiter step in, they amplify that inner fire, the push to break free. This urge to end something. It's not here to punish you. It's here to clear the space for something real, for something that aligns with who you're becoming. And the longer you resist it, the harder it will push. Sign 4, flashes of boldness, then doubt creeps back. The fourth sign is a roller coaster, a surge of boldness that rises out of nowhere, only to be followed by a crash of doubt that leaves you second-guessing everything. One moment, you're ready to leap, to speak the truth you've been holding back, to make the move you've been avoiding for far too long. That's Aries energy coming alive, the inner warrior, the fire starter, the part of you that's done playing small. Aries doesn't hesitate. It doesn't ask permission. It charges forward, fueled by instinct and courage. But just as quickly as that fire rises, something else creeps in, Saturn's voice. Quiet at first, but heavy. It whispers in your ear, "Are you sure? Is now the right time? Do you really have what it takes?" This is no accident. This push-pull dynamic is written into the cosmic setup. Aries is here to ignite action, but Saturn, the planet of discipline, fear, and long-term vision, steps in to slow the burn, to make you question whether you're really ready to handle the consequences. This isn't random hesitation, it's a test of your resolve. The universe is asking, how bad do you want this? Can you hold your courage steady when fear whispers in the background? Because the truth is, both forces serve a purpose. Aries pushes you out of stagnation, but Saturn makes sure you're grounded enough not to burn out. The trick is to recognize this dance for what it is. The boldness you feel, that's real. The doubt, that's just Saturn making sure you're serious. This moment is about proving to yourself that your courage isn't fleeting. It's something you can lean into, even when the fear kicks back. And that's where real growth happens. Sign 5, aches, pains, and tightness that moves around your body. The fifth sign shows up in the one place you can't escape, your body. Aches, pains, tension that seems to move from one place to the next without any clear reason. One day, it's a stiff neck that won't loosen up. The next, it's your stomach flipping for no apparent cause, or a sudden weight in your chest that makes it hard to breathe. These aren't random discomforts. They're signals, physical manifestations of the energy that's building up inside you, demanding release. This is Venus in Aries working through your body. Venus governs your sense of ease, comfort, and balance. Aries, on the other hand, rules action, fire, movement. Together, they create a tension between the need for comfort and the drive for motion. And when that energy isn't expressed, when it's held back or bottled up, it doesn't just fade, it settles into your muscles, your gut, your nervous system. The result? Pain, tightness, unease that seems to move without logic. But this isn't your body betraying you. It's trying to speak to you. These aches and pains are the physical echoes of emotional stagnation, fear, and unexpressed truth. When the energy of Aries builds and you resist the call to act or move, it has nowhere else to go. It twists itself into your physical form, creating tension where there should be flow. Ignoring these signs doesn't make them disappear. It turns temporary discomfort into chronic suffering. Your body is telling you, move, stretch, breathe, shake loose the energy trapped beneath your skin. This isn't about fitness, it's survival. Because the closer we get to this next wave of cosmic pressure, the louder your body will get until you finally listen. Sign 6. Vivid dreams with messages you can't shake. The sixth sign comes when you close your eyes, vivid dreams that linger long after you wake. These aren't your typical fleeting dreams that slip away before your feet hit the floor. No, these stick with you. They may be fragmented, surreal, hard to piece together, but they leave behind a feeling, a message you can't shake. This is the work of Saturn and Jupiter, two cosmic heavyweights shaping your subconscious. Saturn, the teacher, brings the lessons, the karmic themes, the truths you've resisted facing in your waking life. It uses your dreams to bypass your logical mind, speaking to the deeper parts of you through symbols, emotions, even the faces of people you haven't seen in years. Jupiter, the planet of expansion and growth, amplifies those messages, making sure they can't be ignored. It expands your dreamscape, weaving in insights, visions, even premonitions about the path ahead. These dreams are the bridge between what you know and what you need to understand on a soul level. They carry guidance, clarity, sometimes warnings, but only if you're willing to sit with them, feel them, decode them. Pay attention. The universe is speaking while you sleep. Sign 7. Unexpected encounters triggering growth or closure. The seventh sign doesn't come from within. It comes through unexpected encounters. Someone from your past reappears out of nowhere. Maybe it's an old friend, a former partner, a colleague you haven't thought about in years. Or perhaps a completely new person crosses your path, but there's an intensity to the connection that feels bigger than coincidence. This is Venus and Saturn at work, stirring up karmic connections. Venus governs relationships and value, while Saturn brings the lessons, the accountability. Together, they pull people into your orbit who carry a mirror, reflecting back something you need to see, face, or heal. These encounters aren't random. They either carry unfinished business, something left unsaid, unresolved, or they open new paths, introducing you to possibilities or challenges that push you toward growth. Sometimes they offer closure. Sometimes they ignite something brand new. But either way, they're laced with meaning, and the universe is asking you to pay attention. The timing of these meetings, right on the heels of the super new moon and under the weight of these cosmic alignments, is no accident. Every interaction right now carries the potential to shift your trajectory if you're willing to look beneath the surface. Sign 8, the call to leap before you feel ready. The eighth and final sign is the urge to leap, to take a risk, make the move, say yes, even though you don't feel ready. This is Venus in Aries fused with Jupiter's expansion, pushing you beyond hesitation. Aries' energy doesn't wait, it acts on instinct. Jupiter magnifies that impulse, making it impossible to ignore. The timing won't feel perfect. The plan might not feel complete. But that's the point. The leap comes first. The wings grow on the way down. This is your moment to trust the unknown, to step forward before fear talks you out of it. Chapter 3. Why you can't ignore these signs, the aftershock. Ignore these signs, and the pressure won't just disappear. It will build quietly at first, until it erupts when you least expect it. This is the aftershock of the Taurus super new moon. But these next waves, the alignments of Venus, Saturn, Aries, and Jupiter, are what shape your future. The ground beneath you is still unstable, still shifting, and the choices you make now determine whether you rebuild stronger or stay stuck in old patterns. Saturn's test is clear. Will you commit? Will you show up for the life you say you want, or keep avoiding the hard work? Jupiter's challenge is just as bold. Will you expand? Will you stretch beyond your comfort zone and claim more for yourself? And Aries' fire asks the hardest question. Will you act? Will you leap before you feel ready? If you ignore these cosmic invitations, they don't vanish. They circle back, harder, louder, more disruptive. But if you lean in, if you face the discomfort, follow the signs, you ride the wave, and you shape the change before it shapes you. This is your chance to move with the energy, not against it. And that's where true transformation begins. Chapter 4. Rituals and Actions. How to ride the wave. To ride this wave, action is not optional. It's essential. Aries rules the body, the drive, the motion. That restless tension, the aches, the emotional surges, they need release. Move your body, walk, stretch, sweat, whatever it takes to let the energy flow. Stagnation turns pressure into pain. Next, reflect on your commitments. Saturn is watching closely, and where you've been half in, half out, the cracks will widen. Are your actions aligned with what you say you value? If not, this is your chance to course correct before the pressure forces your hand. As bold insights flash through your mind, those sparks of courage, those wild ideas, write them down. Aries and Jupiter bring sudden inspiration, but doubt follows quickly. Capture your truth before fear clouds it. Cleanse your space, physically and energetically. Venus craves beauty, flow, and clarity. Clear the clutter, light incense, open the windows. Shift the energy around you so it supports, not suffocates. Finally, speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. Venus rules the heart. Aries rules the courage to express it. Say what's been held back. Release what's trapped in your chest. The universe doesn't want perfection. It wants your honesty, your movement, your willingness to leap. So here we are, standing in the aftermath of the Taurus super new moon, with the next wave of cosmic energy pressing in. These strange signs aren't here to scare you. They're here to wake you up, to guide you toward the transformation you've been resisting. The universe is calling. The question is, are you listening? Don't let this energy pass you by. Like this video if these signs resonated. Subscribe to stay connected as we navigate what's coming next, and drop the number 77 in the comments if you're feeling this shift too. We're in this together. This is just the beginning.